Joe Schoen's seat continues to get hotter and hotter as each day goes by and each loss stacks up for Big Blue. But this Sunday against the Atlanta Falcons could be the final straw, and I'm going to tell you why coming up in a second. But if you want the Giants to fire Joe Schoen, get a new general manager to lead the offseason with potentially a top 2 pick and $65 million to spend in free agency, smash that thumbs up icon right now. You're watching Giants Now by Chat Sports. I am your host, Marshall Green. Appreciate everybody for stopping by. Hope you're having a good one. Let's dive into it. This Sunday for general manager Joe Schoen could be the last straw and could be his final game if it does not go well for him. And what I mean by that is this. Michael Penix is going to start for the first time in his NFL career for the Atlanta Falcons. They are moving on from Kirk Cousins after giving him $100 million in guaranteed money. And it's going to be the rookie out of Washington who went number 8 overall starting against Big Blue. And if Michael Penix in his NFL debut finds a way to, 1, beat the New York Giants, but 2, shows up, shows out, stuffs the stat sheet, and goes off, it is not going to be a good PR look for Mr. Joe Schoen. Penix having a big game in his NFL debut against the team that passed on him in the first round for him to go just 2 picks later when you had a massive need and a massive hole at that quarterback position would not be a good look. If you pass on him, which you did, it's fine. But man, with you on the hot seat right now, and him coming to start his first game against your lousy team that has lost 9 games in a row, it's not going to be a good look. And I tell you this much, the streets will be talking about how you yet again passed up on a quarterback. Because everyone continues to tell me, Marshall, give them a chance to get their guy. They haven't got a chance to get their guy under center. Outside of the fact that they agreed to pay Daniel Jones $92 million in guaranteed money. And they chose Tyrod Taylor. And they thought starting Tommy DeVito was a good idea. Then they paid Drew Lock. So, yeah, they have had their chances. Because you know what? Just last year, you passed on not 1, not 2, but 3 quarterbacks in the first round. That all went less than 7 picks later. You passed on Bo Nix, who, let's be honest, is looking like the rookie of the year. You passed on Michael Penix, who went 2 picks later, and he's going to have a shot in his opening day to shred your lousy pass defense. And J.J. McCarthy, you passed on him as well, who looked really good in the preseason, but the injury did happen, and we have not gotten to see. It will be another indictment on the resume that is full with misses for Mr. Joe Schoen if Michael Penix goes out and has a big one. And look, does it mean he's going to have a successful career if he plays well against the New York Giants? No, but it'll just be more gasoline on the fire. Not the end of the world, but man, it is not a great look when you're fighting for your job. You want some of your past moves and past investments to back you up. And it probably wouldn't do you that much good if Penix does play well. And to be honest with you, if you watch this channel, you know, I did like Michael Penix. But I had him at about that QB4 spot, the same spot with J.J. McCarthy. I had Caleb Williams 1, Drake May 2, Jaden Daniels 3, and a 4A and a 4B of Michael Penix and J.J. McCarthy. There was a lot of things to like about Penix, though. He was awesome in college. He got better and better every single year. He had a rifle for an arm. He could make every single throw within the pocket. He was a leader. He was a captain for Washington. And anybody you talk to about him, they loved him as a person and they loved him as a prospect. But he is a little bit older and he had some knee injuries. And that is what shied me away from selecting him. And I agreed with Joe Schoen at the number 6 spot. You can go back and check the live stream. There were rumors at the time if it was going to be McCarthy or if it was going to be Neighbors. And I was on the stream saying, please, please, please make him Malik Neighbors. So I'm glad they made that pick. And that's the pick I would have made. But at the end of the day, it comes down to this. It is a quarterback league. You are only as good as your quarterback is in 2024 and big 2025. Nothing matters until you get one. Nothing matters till you have a quarterback, and nothing for sure matters until you can protect that quarterback. And the Giants, They don't necessarily have the protection, and they definitely don't have the guy on their roster. And you passed on 3 who have all shown a little bit, even if it was just preseason for JJ this year, that they could be guys in the future that are franchise quarterbacks. To be honest with you, I'm excited to watch Michael Penix play against the Atlanta Falcons. This is a guy that I spent a lot of time watching tape of last year, someone that I really enjoyed as a prospect. That game that he had against the University of Texas reminded me of the C.J. Stroud game that he had against Georgia, where it was like he was making NFL throw after NFL throw, and he was able to play big-time ball on a big-time stage. I fell in love with Michael Penix after that game. But what he did against Michigan maybe pushed me away on top of the injuries and the age. The Falcons are 9-point favorites. In a game where a quarterback is making their rookie debut for a team that, to be quite frank with you, isn't that good in the Atlanta Falcons, they are 9-point favorites. Vegas is expecting a thumping from the Dirty Birds on Big Blue. And look, if you're a rookie quarterback and you're making your first start of your NFL career, I'd love to play against the New York Giants right now. This current version of the New York Giants. They don't create pressure outside of Brian Burns. They don't have anyone in the secondary that's going to be starting on a team in week 1 of next year playing right now. And they might be tanking. So it's all set up for Michael Penix to have a good one. And I don't think it'll be a good one for Joe Schoen if he does. My question to you is this. Does Michael Penix playing well this Sunday matter when you evaluate Joe Schoen and whether or not he should be the general manager of this team going forward? I don't think it's going to be the biggest indictment in the world, but it's definitely another red X on a list that doesn't have many green checks. Let me know. Look, this Falcons team isn't that good, and I have a weird feeling the Giants are going to come out and compete this Sunday, and I am hoping that I am wrong. At this point, there is no reason to win football games. It's not going to help you build a culture. It's not going to help you anyway in 2025. You win games in 2024. And I don't think the Giants are going to win. I do have the Atlanta Falcons winning this ball game. I think my final score prediction was 23-13. But the Falcons are good, and they barely, and I mean barely, by the hair of their chinny chin chin. It was so close that they actually benched Kirk Cousins. They barely beat the Raiders and Desmond Ridder. Like, this isn't an unwinnable game for the New York Football Giants. And you know what? A win would do them no good. It would drop them to number 7 in the 2025 NFL draft order. And that would probably take you outside the striking distance of landing one of the top 2 quarterbacks, which means you would have to shell out more assets to move up in the draft to select one of these guys. That's not what you want to do. And I'm not saying the Giants should go out and lose the game on purpose because I don't think they're going to have to. I think they're going to lose, but this isn't a game that is unwinnable for this ball club. There are a lot of players injured for the New York Giants. I just want to quickly go over this injury report again. Players that did not participate in practice on Thursday, Brian Burns. I have heard he's going to play, though. I expect him to gut it out. He's giving you gutsy performance after gutsy performance all year long. Patrick Johnson and Bobby Okereke, 2 linebackers that are dinged up as well. Aaron Stinney was your starting left guard last week with John Runyon hurt. TBD who's going to be there this week. And then Greg Stroman. You're already thin at DB, and he's been a replacement, and he is now going to have to be replaced because of his injuries. Maybe we see Deonte Banks play. I'm not sure. They've been really slow with his rehab and getting him back on the field because of that rib injury. DeVito will most likely be QB2 with that concussion. Cordell Flott's dinged up. Art Green is dinged up. That's 3 corners that are limited or DNPs at practice this week. Make it 4 because we're going to throw Drew Phillips in there as well. And they got Raheem Nunez-Rochas on the D-line hurt. John Michael Schmitz and Tyrone Tracy both dealing with ankles. Guys that did bounce back and get better and healthier as the days went on in the week and did participate in a full capacity on Thursday was Dane Belton, Corey Durden, Drew Lock, Chris Manhertz, Malik Neighbors, and Wan'Dale Robinson. Since the Giants are going to have those guys play this Sunday, I don't know, though, if it's going to make that much of a difference. I do want to see Malik Neighbors get the ball early and often. He has tied Odell Beckham Jr. with 4 games of 10-plus catches in his rookie season. If he has one more game at 10 catches, he would set the rookie record. And in a season full of doom, that would bring a boom. Let me know. Who do you got? Who's going to win the ball game in this NFC clash of titans is the Giants, is the Falcons. Let me know and give me a follow over on social media. I'm on X. I'm on IG at @MarshallGreen_. Hit me up and let's go Big Blue.